Alright YouTube, what's going on? So welcome back. This is going to be part 3 of my How to Change Your Body Composition little video series. So if you watch the first 2 videos, you know that where we're starting today is going to be the nutrition. Specifically, I want to focus on macronutrient intake, right? So this is going to be carbs, proteins, and fats. I'm not a registered dietitian. I am not some super crazy certified doctor that can break down a super specific meal plan. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to explain what you need to know, the very basic parts of knowledge that you'll need to change your body composition, to gain muscle, to lose weight, what each thing means, etc. That type of stuff. Okay, so let's start first with everybody's favorite, which is carbs, right? So carbs are very controversial. A lot of people tend to think that carbs are the problem when they're overweight. Some people think that carbs are bad, right? Carbs are not bad, and excess of carbs is bad, just like with anything in life. So think of carbs as your gasoline, right? Your gas for a car. Without carbs, your body doesn't have energy to run. Now, it's not that simple, but let's just, for the sake of the video, let's keep it that simple, right? So carbs are your energy. That's how your body is functioning. That's where all your muscles get their energy from, right? Your carbs. Good carbs are like your rice, your pasta, your things like that, right? Those are like really good natural carbs. Bad carbs are things like soda, candy, cake, which has a lot of fat as well. Those are the things you want to avoid, right? You also want to avoid having too many carbs too quickly, because obviously carbohydrates are a form, once they get break down, they're going to break down into glucose. You don't want too much sugar into your body at one time, right? Which will never really be a problem, because things like rice and pasta digest kind of slow compared to sugary type of things. So you would have to be like barreling pasta like spaghetti into your mouth to be at like a safety, like a health risk. But obviously, if you're having candy and all these sugary things that are just immediately enter your body as sugar, then you see some problems with insulin and things. But carbs are not bad for you, okay? You need carbs for energy throughout the day. Yes, carbs do store into your body as fat if they're not used, but that's the key. If you need to gain weight, you need an excess of carbs, okay? It's just that simple. Carbs are going to be your go-to. If you're a skinny guy, if you're a skinny girl, and you want to put on muscle mass, you need carbs. There's no other way. You need your rice. You need your pasta. There's much more than rice and pasta. Those are just my favorites, okay? You need your healthy carbs, okay? Candy, sugar, chocolate bars, that's not going to help your body grow. Real carbs are, okay, that are taking time to digest and your body is growing from, right? That's aside from protein, of course. And if you're overweight, you still need carbs throughout the day, okay? You still need carbs to fuel your body throughout the day. If not, if you don't give your body any carbs, your body is going to start to burn away at your muscle mass. Now, it's not, again, not that simple, but that is something that will happen, right? That's why maybe you're overweight, you go the whole day without eating, or you say, "Oh, I hear this all the time. I only ate once today, blah blah blah." And it's like that's even worse than not eating throughout the day if you're trying to lose weight. If you're overweight and you're not eating anything all day, that's even worse, because you're burning through whatever muscle you already have and just making your metabolism even worse. Okay, so never make the mistake of only eating once a day, unless you're on like an intermittent fasting type of program and it's like structured well and everything. But if you're someone that doesn't pay attention to your diet and you just kind of eat whatever, and today you only had one thing, that's not a good thing. Okay, you want carbs so that you can burn through some fuel throughout the day and not burn through your muscle. Okay, I hope you guys get it. Carbs are really simple. Next thing is protein. Protein is even more simple. Okay, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep things super simple. But protein, think of protein as just your muscle recovery, right? You put protein into your body, it begins to rebuild the muscle. Now, here's the thing. After a workout, I always kind of recommend a protein shake over a steak, bars. But the reason I do that is because obviously it digests a little bit faster. It's just water and powder. Your body can digest it and get the nutrients faster. The sooner it gets the nutrients, the sooner the muscles are going to begin to recover. Or the sooner the muscles will have the nutrients to recover, right? Things like steak or chicken, that's going to take some time to digest. So that's good later on in the day, but after a workout, I think a protein shake is always the best, just because your muscles have just gotten shocked, they just got worked out, and you want to get those nutrients in right away. So protein, A lot of people ask about the intake. You really only need, you don't need too much, honestly, unless you're working out for muscle and you're like lifting heavy 5 times a week. Then you might want about your body weight in grams. But mind you, protein is kind of expensive for good quality protein, so you're gonna want to consider that. But if you're not lifting super crazily, you don't need that much protein, honestly. I would stick to maybe 70, whatever your weight is, take 75% of that and have that in carbs. That should be good for most people that are exercising. Maybe even a little bit less, okay? But that should be good. So if you're 100 pounds and you're not lifting super crazy, 60, 70 grams of protein should be enough for you in a day. Spread out, of course. You don't want to have like, a 30-gram protein shake and then a 40-gram protein worth of steak, right? That's not going to end well. You want it throughout the day, which also makes it more difficult because you have to cook it up, and yeah, it's tough. But just make sure you get a good flow of protein throughout the day. Muscle synthesis does take a couple days after you work out, so that whole time those muscles are rebuilding, trying to get back to shape. So you want to make sure that there's protein constantly there to put those muscle fibers back together. Okay, next thing is fats. Fats are also kind of controversial. Now, fats I don't really include too much in my diet if I'm trying to be lean, or fats really aren't too useful in anything in particular. I mean, unless you're doing like a keto diet or something like that, which isn't really my thing personally. But fats are essential. You do need them for your body. Your body does need fat. Obviously, we have body fat for a reason. No one's 0% body fat, right? It is essential for hormone production and, keeping your body out of starvation mode, that kind of stuff. But typically, fats, you don't need much, maybe like 10-15% of your caloric intake for the day. And you obviously want to stick to the better things that are going to give you the more essential parts of the fats, like omega-6s and all those things. So things like avocados, natural nuts, things like that are going to be good for you, right? You don't want any trans fats, okay? Trans fats are the worst. Trans fats is like McDonald's fries, like that kind of stuff. You don't want any of that. None of that is good, okay? None of that's essential. Avocado, fish oils, eggs. I take that back. Forget I said eggs. But those other things are good for you, okay? So fats are good, but with extreme moderation, okay? You don't want ice cream. That's just pure sugar and calories and fat and cream. That's not going to help you. Maybe a little bit of peanut butter here and there, natural peanut butter, maybe some avocado, just so your body has that fat, right? That's fine. Excess of fat, not helpful at all, okay? Not helpful in any situation unless you actually want to put on body fat, right? Which is a bit different. Not many people want to do that. Even when they want to gain weight, people typically want to gain muscle, not fat, okay? So that wraps it up for this video. Very simple. Hope I answered any questions you guys had for what carbs, proteins, and fats are. Those are honestly the only 3 macronutrients you need to pay attention to when you're trying to lose or gain weight. You really don't need much more than that other than carbs. Oh, almost forgot. Carbs yield 4 calories per gram, okay? So 1 gram of carbs is going to be 4 calories. Same thing with protein. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, okay? Here's the interesting part. 1 gram of fats is 9. It's 9 calories. So that's another reason to keep the fats in check and keep them in very strict moderation. Otherwise, they'll kind of bite you in the butt, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So that's pretty much it. Whatever you have for a caloric intake, make sure you balance the 3 out. You want mainly carbs, followed by protein, and then the rest should be fat, right? So maybe like 50% carbs, 20-30% protein, and the rest fat. There's just a rough idea that will pretty much work for anyone, whether you're losing or gaining weight. That's a good idea. And then from there, you just adjust your caloric intake for the day, right? So any questions, feel free to leave in the comments. This is the 3rd video. The next one's going to be going over metabolism and how that works. So that will tie in very well with this one. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up, like, subscribe, whatever you want if you enjoyed. And make sure you check out the next video that will be about the metabolism. Okay? Later, guys.